This is Stacie, and I'm interviewing her. And hi, Stacie, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, I had some questions to ask you about why you volunteer, because I heard that you volunteer a lot. And my first question is, what went into the decision for you to volunteer in the classroom?
I think for me, volunteering had a lot to do with my son being in school. So I wanted to automatically volunteer so that I could, help his teacher out, whatever they need. And then I think part of it is your, community sense to help out. You kind of feel that, and especially the more you get involved in the school system, you see that there's needs where they might, could use some volunteers. So that's why I pitched in and volunteered.
Okay. And how long did the volunteering continue? How long did you volunteer?
Well, I've volunteered for about a year. The first time he was in class, they want someone to sign up, and be a helper in that class for parties. Then I continued, and I also volunteered for track meets, things like that when they need extra people because they have a lot of kids. So I would say a year. I also volunteered in a higher grade of kids, and they had like an elective time that they needed to fill, and they had asked for me to volunteer for that time. So I did that, and that lasted about 6 months.
Okay. And what part did the teacher play in the decision for you to volunteer?
Well, with the kids downstairs and the elective, they all got together, and then they went to the teacher and offered up that I would be an option to come and teach them Zumba during their elective time, and that would be all volunteer work. So he played a big part in me coming there and doing that. And then for my son's class to volunteer, they kind of, at the beginning of the school, open it up and say, they can really use a lot of volunteers. So the teachers were very open for that. And they just opened it up. And so they played a big part. I mean, I think the more open they are, the more you are to want to volunteer and get in there. So that would be it.
Oh, wow. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about with the volunteering?
I don't think so. I really like volunteering, and I think the more you do it, the more areas open up and you can volunteer even more.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your interview.
Thank you.